all the extra windfall profits, which has come from moving from 54 to 85. It is no loss of revenue to anybody. We've already budgeted on $54. That is locked in. So anything else that comes in from 55 going is Jara. So I believe that money can immediately be spent to defray the automatic price increase in ex-refinery price that happens because oil prices have gone up. I'm not talking taxes. I'm talking about a straight swap. Windfall profit for reduction in ex-refinery price. That is how you maintain a check on the prices that are going up. Because let's be very careful. The last time I heard the president speak, his biggest boast was that we had reduced inflation. Well, since that time, because of the rising prices, everything has gone way out of sync. Prices are going up so high that even the claim for inflationary gain is being shattered. So we can't cut our nose to spite ourselves or our face. You know, this is a straightforward fix. We don't have to even tax any taxes.
Well, Senor Hosey is with us as well. I'd love to check your view on this. Is it as simple? We've made profit, so why are we suffering these high prices on the other end? Mr. Hosey.
Hello?
Oh, yes, there you are. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering what your take is on Dr. Reku Brube's suggestion.
Well, my uncle Charlie Brobs makes a very sound point. But government may have to look at a structure to deploy that. Otherwise, that again can lead to an inefficiency, i.e., what is intended cannot be achieved because you're in a deregulated environment. But there's a way to make it work if government out of policy wants that to happen. It will definitely have to be done in conjunction with our chamber and the BDCs at that level. So it is possible. But that's something that's a matter of fiscal policy that government will have to look at. Generally, taxes last year, I think about 6.299 million, almost 6.3 billion was collected. We estimated, based on the actual till volumes that exist this year, that about 9.3 billion should be collected by the end of the year as a result of the increases in taxes and the increases in official volumes. So government, subject to its other fiscal constraints, may be able to look at something. And as a chamber, we are willing to cooperate and work with government on that. But one of the most potent and immediate things that government can do is to manage the FX rate. Kojo, I've said this 1,001 times. So it's either we have a central bank that is unwilling or government that's not focused on the solution. We should be having a major crisis meeting by now on how to deal with prices. Politicians are not industry people. When they're out of government, they consult industry. When they're in government, sometimes they forget and then become people move around people who claim to know all. You can't fix these problems without industry. That debate and conversation is not going on, and I don't think it is optimal from the policy front. How do we address prices? Since our last conversation in your studio, we've not had an industry prices meeting to see how to fix this. But I'll go back to some of the things I highlighted the last time. Today, if the Bank of Ghana would now prioritize the effort it is injecting in the industry to oil, and it cannot just do that on its own market. It has to do it in conjunction with industry in a structured and coordinated form. Otherwise, effect again will not be realized. That alone can reduce prices from 6.9 you see today to 6.5.
I'd like to
And
go.
that will not take you 2 days to work out. So again, it's either policymakers do not find this a material matter at this moment, all right, or they think the status quo is okay. But if not, there are mechanisms to address our petroleum price issues. And we don't do it with build bigger problems going to the future. And I hope I'm not a broken record, because I sit on both sides. I happen to have one of the people who have had the rare responsibility and privilege of advising opposing governments. But there's a need for action.
Now, talking about mechanisms that we have, we'll get to the FX bit, but what are those mechanisms that you believe we could use in reducing the cost of fuel?
The FX is one. The mechanism, deploying it. If you want to use the FX, for you to really have the impact on the market, it means that the industry as a collective must be a beneficiary of the intervention. So we need to now have an open, transparent market. That market is deployable in a day or two. It's a matter of policy. The Association of Bankers and the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors tabled proposals for this as far back as 2016, 2017. We've rehashed it in 2019, 2018, and we are still here. Nothing is being done. They just steal ideas there and use it for other things other than trying to solve the issues of petrol. When you touch petrol, you have actually touched almost every other commodity in this country that people consume on a regular basis, because it impacts the prices of every other thing. So that mechanism exists today, and we call the oil FX market. It's not a parallel FX market. It's the existing market. We are creating an auctions market where the oil producers, oil traders, and the Bank of Ghana and their bankers have the most competitive and transparent way of accessing FX. That would crash prices immediately by about 40 pesos. Why we are not doing it, why we are not having that conversation, I don't know. There's a whole committee set up at the central bank to start this conversation and coordinate it. All we've had is just talk, and it's years on. I don't remember the last time anybody even called a meeting over it. And to be frank, I commend the bankers on this front, because they will economically lose the opportunity to make arbitrages on FX. But they've been willing to give up their margins so that we can have efficiency for oil and the social impact to consumers. But we've not seen that cooperation from the central bank or from central government. So we are wondering who really stands to benefit and who stands to lose in this whole chain. So that's one. The other ones are the things I listed the last time. Rationalizing some of the margins and taxes in our price product. They are not efficient. They are totally inefficient. Another thing we have to do is also de-risk the funding structure of petroleum financing, because consumers are paying a premium for a certain credit risk that exists in the chain. And it's important to address those things now. Going into the future, this is the bigger problem you are going to have, Kojo. Prices going up, credit risk on Ghana will be going down, and there'll be little funding even for oil imports into this country. To make matters worse, the central bank is already pushing a policy to require or disregard, I think, stocks or so, the commodities as part of the collateral. That will also crash the number of our funding coming from local banks. So while we are dealing with prices, there's a risk we may end up dealing with challenges of supply as well going into the future. So I think it's a crisis time. There's a need for industry, the policymakers, the central bank to sit down and figure out a solution. And solutions are available if people are willing to help alleviate the suffering of our own people. They exist. The other one would be something like the price stabilization and recovery level. What really is the object? Are we opting to use it as a hedge, or are using it as a price cushion? If you're using it as a price cushion, it means that the windfall that we have made all this while, because we are collecting the money, we are not necessarily spending all, because we are not really rolling out any intervention on price stabilization. There's zero intervention on price stabilization. You don't need to give me a tax of 16% and say you are taking out the tax, and then when you take out the tax, it's stabilization. It's not stabilization. When you were collecting the tax, when things are hard, then it means that you rather refund a part back into the price build-up so that the effect will be neutral. That is when you're actually stabilizing prices. We don't do that. But that mechanism too must be deployed. The MPA used to manage that when he used to run that particular kind of levy as a price stabilization margin. So there are mechanisms for deploying them. We all need to sit down if we believe it is a crisis, and we see an urgency to address the issues on pricing. My office is always open. My role as an advisor, member of the Ministry of Energy Advisory Board, also obligates me to make my thoughts available to government. But industry is willing to cooperate. The banks who will lose out are willing to cooperate. Why we are not getting everybody together now, I don't know.
So let me put that to Dr. Charles Reku-Brobe. If indeed we're in crisis, an increase in fuel obviously affects the bread and butter matters. Why aren't we seeing a corresponding response from government? We've been talking about this, and people have been given various suggestions. When we had the deputy minister in the studio, he welcomed the suggestions.
But I'm telling you that, Mamabi, right now oil is around $85 a barrel. We use $54 for our budgeting. It means that every extra barrel of oil that goes into our net basket, $31 is the windfall profit that the government makes. Wow. I cannot think of a government saying it cares about the people if it's making $31 windfall profit and it's not applying that profit, which is revenue neutral, to reduce the prices of petroleum products. We don't need any negotiations. We don't need to sit down anywhere. It's a simple swap to apply the windfall profit. As for why you need to hear from government, that's not my business. That's the business of the fourth estate to hold government to account. So you get the deputy minister back and tell him that I have told you that what he said he didn't know. The benchmark price for budgeting was 54. The current price is 85. So he cannot run away from saying he doesn't know. He knows. So how much is the windfall profit? I believe the Bank of Ghana, in its second quarter report, already reported that in the second quarter, there was an $85 million windfall profit. We haven't heard about the third quarter up to September, when prices have been high. So there's a lot of windfall profit has been accumulated to government, and it can and must deploy that extra revenue to maintain the price of petrol. That's there. I'm not going to get into any need for discussions or anything. It's a straight swap. And Parliament is in session. It's not rocket science.
So until then, we will continue to see the prices go up every 2 weeks?
Prices go up as government rakes in more and more windfall revenue, and then it says it cares for you. It doesn't care for us, because such a step is revenue neutral. You don't lose a pesewa in terms of the budgeted revenues. You use $54. So you cannot say that you can't do anything about it. It can do something about it now. It simply have to make a statement that we will make sure all the windfall profits are applied to moderate the price increases. One for input output. It's that simple.
All right, Dr. Charles Reku-Brobe, we'll leave it here and try and get governments to respond to this recent increase. Senyo Hosey, we thank you for your time as well. Dr. Charles Reku-Brobe is Chief Policy Analyst with the Ghana Institute of Public Policy Options, GIPO, and Senyo Hosey, CEO, Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. Is it a matter of we're not angry enough because we've been talking?
Well, we've been talking, and so the question then would be whether those, and Senyo asked that question, whether those who are expected to take these actions really care, or whether they really want to see the suffering masses better off. It's time to hear from you. It's time for you to tell us how this has been impacting you since the last increase and what you suspect could be the impact of the recent increase. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. The phone lines have been activated on 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541, and then 055-1111-997, 055-1111-997. Tell us what your thoughts are on the increase in the price of fuel on the market. And that's what we're doing shortly. Because you see, once we have this going up, and Dr. Kokoro has made the point, you have a windfall, you want to push that in to cushion the people. But for us, and Senyo makes the point that, is it a case of they don't care? Because for us, the moment you buy fuel, you're spending more.
Yeah.
And that's not the end of it. That's not the end of it. Because everything you're going to buy also.
Because somebody's also passing that cost
of course,
onto the tomatoes, the pepper, the onion that you go and buy in the market.
For many of these workers, their salaries are not going to go up. Kofi from Tema, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Kofi.
Yeah, this is a very, very serious situation, I'm telling you. The boat drivers cannot make sales. Uber drivers cannot make sales. This is why we don't need digitalization lectures for now. We need practical solutions to situations that are happening in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for joining us, Kofi. Let's get to Abraham. Abraham, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Abraham, share your thoughts with us.
I think Rekubebe has said it all.
And can you reduce the volume on your radio sets?
Rekubebe has said it all. He has given us a way out. Last time when one of these, those who are into petroleum was talking, he was also saying that even the boss, we rent it out, and the money they make out of it is not enough, and they even charge every liter. I don't know whether it is true, but it is your network that published that news, and the guy was interviewed on your set. You see, there are a lot of things is going on. So we have a company, Goil is there, Tor is there, we are not refining our oil, we are selling it. And Rekubebe is saying a very simple thing. You budgeted for $54. If we are exceeding $100, the remaining should defray our whatever computerization that we are doing. So, people are making money. It's the same politicians who are owning these oil companies and other things. So, they are shortchanging Ghanaians. That is what we can do.
Are owned by businesses in Ghana. Thank you very much, Abraham. Kobe from Tema, good morning.
Winstonia.
Yes, Kobe.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Where is my handsome Kojo?
Kojo stepped out briefly.
Okay. Hope you are doing fine this morning.
God is taking care of us. We believe you're fine too.
There is something going on in this country, and if you are not careful and the youth rise up, it's not going to be good. Look at this world price issue. It looks like our vice president is just taking Ghanaians for granted, because when you are having oil in your country and then prices of oil keep going up and you keep telling us stories and digitalization, and all these things are not things that are going to move the economy forward. Yet, when they are in a position, they see things differently. And when they come into power, they see things also in a different way. Wow, really just taking us to. Look at prices of fuel as of today. Within a month, prices of fuel are shot up for only about 30-something%. What are we doing? And people are crying for jobs. People are crying for living daily bread.
Within a month, it's not shot up by 30%.
But Winston, if you look at the price difference,
if you look at the price bill, that has moved from 6.52 to 6.80. Now it's 6.90. So not it's more than 30%, but not more than 30%. Let's get to Papa Bisiu at Ofanko. Papa Bisiu, good morning.
It's Tinamwa Charlie. Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Oh, God is taking care of us.
We thank God, my brother. We thank God. Just that the system is not really working for us. That is via the MPC government. They are not really up to what the two Ghanaians that they have to do. Not at all. Petrol price going up. And the worst of all, people have not taken notice of it all. The gas sector. When you purchase a 14.5 kilo, a kg of what they call it, you fill it to the brim, the gas to the brim. Those around was 90 cedis or so. That was about a year ago. Now, it has gone up to 140 cedis. I've just seen something on social media that the small one, which was sold at 35, 37 or 35, it's now 60 cedis. You see, people don't know of all these things because of the fact that when they go, they don't fill their gas to the brain. They will tell you, give me 10 cedis, send me 20 cedis. We don't know what's actually. It is very wet. And the worst of all is, we have 3 oil photos. I've been saying this thing every time on radio. We are producing our own gas from the 3 oil fields, Sankofa, Jubilee, and then 10 oil fields. So what is our gain from there for the majority of poor Ghanaians? And these people, that's the government of the day, bragging with Baumia digitization. Okay. I think he even laid the foundation of the fiber optic backbone. You are putting up the roof and you are bragging. How about the person who laid that foundation? That is your mama. These people, they should watch out. Thank you very much, my brother. And good day to all of you.
Thank you very much. We are actually producing natural gas for, powering our thermal plants. Kwabena from Teman. Kwabena, good morning.
Good morning, Weston. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. So I've always stated that the politician makes sense only when they are in the position. When they come into government, they don't make sense anymore. The question is, what do they see when they are in opposition that when they are in government, they cannot see? They think about our welfare and our interests. But immediately they come into office, they forget about all those brilliant ideas on how to stabilize the fuel prices, how to get the economy running better, and then there are lots of ideas. What do they see when they are in the position that when they come into government that they cannot see? Look at the state of the nation. People are suffering, the ordinary Ghanaian. And in this country, immediately you increase fuel prices. Trust me, every activity is affected. It's like a domino effect. And the average person on the street is suffering because of fuel increases. And not just fuel alone. Gas is, LPG is also going up, and all other products are going up. What are we doing? Ghana is really suffering, and the average Ghanaian is suffering. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kwabena from Teman. Nana from Teman, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Wilson.
Yes, Nana, share your thoughts.
I hope you are fine.
Yes, I'm doing well. I believe you're fine too.
Yeah. This fuel increment is really crazy. Last month or so, how much were we buying a 4-liter gas? Now it has increased to about 120 cedis or so. Now fuel, petrol is 6 cedis.
14 kg cylinder.
9 pesos or so. Where are we heading towards? I guess the last time the president accused the former president of being insensitive. So currently, what about him? I'm done.
Thank you very much, Nana from Teman. You can also join us on 0302-216541, 0302-216541, and 055-1111-997. Mohammed, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Mohammed.
Thank you for your good work in the motherland.
Thank you.
I think this increment is something which we have to say we are welcoming it because of whatsoever come, it doesn't come from our nation. I would say it will come from outside before we receiving it here. But in my own analysis in the motherland and the thinking capacity in the motherland, it is not the addition is our problem. How to manage it, that is our problem. I don't know that I'm making good sentence here. You see, the problem of the government or the governance is lack of continuation of the processing in the motherland. If this government comes, then he will bullshit what I, Mohammed, do. We want to start new. Are we building the motherland or we are building ourselves? That is my question to the good listeners in the motherland. Thank you for your good work.
Thank you very much, Mohammed, for joining us. And you can also do the same. Tell us what you make of the increase in the prices of fuel. You can join us on 0302-216-541 or 055-1111-997. 055-1111-997 and then 0302 216 541 0302 216 541. Let's get back onto the phone lines. Claude, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Claude.
Yes. On the fuel price increase, the tax put on most of the fuel build-up in the costing. If we complain that it should be taken off, where are we going to get money for what those taxes are used for? And I think we need to sometimes bear with the government that there's a need for us to pay the cost of development. And like I said some time ago, most people are not paying tax. The only way government can raise revenue is to put on some of those things, even though it's difficult. The government increased taxes on luxury vehicles. Everybody raised hell against it. And those are the people who consume more fuel, and we are subsidizing for them. So we look at other areas where we can get the tax, maybe luxury vehicles, cigarettes, alcohol, and then we can then think of taking some of the fuel. But other than that, that's the sure means of government getting revenue. Thank you very much.
Claude, let's get to Thomas. Thomas, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Thomas.
I want to contribute to your program.
Please do.
There's a saying, know your problem is part of the solution. Mm-hmm. We are in this country. President J. Kufuor have instituted an institution that mass transit has to be encouraged in this country. Wait. Hey, Red.
Thomas?
This program has been halted by the subsequent government that have been coming on. So fuel, we don't have power. We are producing fuel in this country, but we don't have power how to control it. If there's a mass transit system in this country, people who are buying cars all over the place, and look at even this Okada issue, they bought small cars for them to add to our problem on the road, which are all contributing to this thing. If the mass transit system is working, that is metro mass, if it is working, government can control, and then this fuel issue will have been solved, because everybody will be forced to join the mass transit system. Then we are buying cars up all over the place. Okada that we are condemning. We are condemning, and they buy small cars for this Okada people to apply on the same road, which is generating traffic on our road. Until we know our problem, we cannot solve it. And these white people, they don't have anything to offer for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thomas, for joining us. He ends by saying, until we know our problems, we can't solve it. So a problem well defined is half solved. And talking about our problems, this morning we're going to be focusing on sanitation, because the Chronicle, now the back page says uncollected baller, I mean that's inverted in the quotes, decorates Adenta Senate flats as Jacora Ventures sleeps on the job. Now you should see the back page of the Chronicle this morning. And so while we are launching Operation Clean Your Frontage, these persons have, waste in waste bins, and the waste management company expected to collect this waste, according to the Chronicle, has not been to the Adenta Senate flats in the last 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, they are generating waste, and yet no one is collecting them. This morning, we want to find out. For those of you who live within Adenta and its and that enclave, would want to hear from you. Are you experiencing it? We want you to share your experience with us on Twitter using the hashtag JoySMS. We'll also be activating the phone lines. But beyond Adenta, are you experiencing a similar situation where you find yourself? We'll be giving you a chance to join us and tell us what your thoughts are here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And we'll also be telling you what the MCE has been saying concerning this particular story. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Payday Ababiem at Shit Big with better and amazing deals from Electromat on any LED TV, smart TV, home theater, refrigerator, freezer, gas cooker, washing machine, and all electronic appliances. Broom, Panasonic, LG, Samsung, Philips, Pico, Media, Nasco, and all the top brands at Ghana's #1 multi-brand electronics retail outlet. Electromat. Rush to the nearest Electromat showroom or call 055-275-5456 or 055-277-7905 to pre-order now. Electromat. Electromat, your world of electronics. Payday at Ship Pay. Terms and conditions apply.
Apply now for a degree at Central University, Ghana's leading private Christian university. Admissions are open for the 2021-2022 academic year. Degrees are available on our campuses at Mutual, Christ Temple Abosokai, and Kumasi. You can also enroll in our MBA with various specializations. Scholarships are available for needy but brilliant students. Call now on 0303 318 583. You can also visit our website at central.edu.gh for more info.